हेलो एवरीवन एंड वेलकम टू लिटिल स्ट्रेस बस्टर। आप सब कैसे हैं? मैं बहुत बढ़िया हूँ। सो टुडेज वीडियो इज अ स्पेसिफिक गाइडेंस हाउ टू स्कोर एग्जामिनेशन इन लॉ. For the subject of corporate law, we have two sections. One is the MCQ part and second is the descriptive part. So first coming to the descriptive part, we have three modules under which the third module talks about the economic law. The second module covers the securities law and the Companies Act, and the first module covers the entire Companies Act. So now coming to the detailed part, I used to make sure that I study at least 4 chapters in a module. I used to wake up early in the morning for the one day revision which comes before the exam. I used to understand and study the economic law first, then go to the second module and the first module. The reason for doing this is that the heavyweights chapter, which take majority of your time, should be done at very last. Because if you invest too much of your time in those chapters, you might lose out on other chapters which may affect your performance. Henceforth, I used to make sure that I study the heavyweight chapter, the directors, appointment, meetings, and the remuneration at the very end. So now coming to the economic law. For the economic law, I used to study IBC, SURFACE, PMLA and FCRA. These 4 chapters are the most important chapters if you take any IBC analysis. Hence, I used to study those chapters first. Then go to the module number 2. I used to study SEBI and SEBI LODR. See, for SEBI, I used to make a table for penalty where all corresponding provisions like 15H, 15H have same penalty. So I used to make a table writing the penalty and the penalty provisions. Then coming for the SEBI LODR. For SEBI LODR, its applicability on a listed company, whatever the committee is required to be made. So I should study what committee, the audit committee regulation 17, the nomination remuneration committee, the question came in November 2018. The risk management committee, that it's mandatory for the top 500 listed entities. So this is how you must study and analyze, because for the MCQ part also these questions can be covered. LODR also comes for the MCQ part as well. It is an important chapter. Then for the rest of the module, study removal of the name, study register valuer chapter and miscellaneous portion if like Nidhi companies is covered. But majorly these chapters are important. Coming to module number 1. Module number 1 has director, then it has inspection, then amalgamation chapter and operation of mismanagement. For inspection, study section 206, how ROC makes inquiry, what are the procedures and follow, SFIO section 212. Then coming towards the amalgamation chapter, study how the compromise is made, what's the procedure, section 232, how is the process work, what requisite number of creditors and the value of shares held by them, how the calculation has to be made. Then coming to the operation chapter, in majority covers all the case laws, like it has case laws in the questions as well. Also in the past paper these questions are repeated. I used to study from the past papers because understanding the past papers is much important. Coming to the directors chapter, I used to take like have my dinner around 7:30 and then take directors chapter, appointment and meeting and remuneration. If some part of remuneration is left, I used to just carry it forward to the next day in the morning, the main exam day where exam has to be given on that day. Then just study, make your condensed provision, like make a condensed provision. And I used to solve all the past papers because past paper teach you how you should go about writing the question. It's like section, provision and conclusion. These are the 3-step format which even institute follows. Section and the section number, like section 301 of the Companies Act. Then provision, explain the provision in detail. Write the given case. For given case, just write here, comma, and the given case. That's it. Nothing more than that. You can even squeeze the question and just fit it in 2 to 3 sentences because given case has no marks in it. Coming towards the conclusion, just conclude whether the director is disqualified or the process is tenable or not tenable. This is how you must write the answers. Now coming to the MCQ part. For the MCQ part, you must study all the provisions because all the provisions are gonna be asked from in the MCQ part. So don't have to buy some extra material or study. Just understand all the provisions and try to do all the chapters. Because the chapters not asked in the descriptive portion is asked by the institute in the MCQ portion. So make sure you study all the chapters or try to understand the relevant provisions of those chapters if you're trying to leave the chapter. So now I'll be telling you some chapters which I also had done or very less, or even you can say even left it out. those chapters which you can leave. I used to not study FEMA in detail and even winding up. For winding up, I used to study the important provision like section 301 where a person is trying to abscond with company's cash or assets. For FEMA, just understand what are the regulations, the schedules which are prohibited contributions and which are the contributions coming in a liberalized scheme of the RBI. You just have to understand and study these provisions because it has a chance of coming in the MCQ also. These chapters I used to do very less because the time devoted and the marks for the marks which examiner asks in question is very much disproportionate. Hence, I don't feel it's justified to invest too much of your time in those kind of chapters. Now, coming to the descriptive part. For descriptive part, you just have to do the past papers. I used to not follow any author. I used to just do the past papers because past papers also you have to teach me how to write. Like section 21A talks about delisting. So section 21A, then the provision. Write the 6 points. For provision, you must always write the entire provision. People, what they do, they just write the relevant provision in the relevant for the relevant given case and just conclude, which is absolutely wrong. If you see director's question, section 164, disqualification, it has 9 reasons, or you can say 9 provisions. 10th is talks about if a director disqualified for 7 or more years, he is disqualified to be appointed in director of any company. So 10 points in total you must write. Yes, you have to write the entire provision. So try to memorize the provision as much as possible. Also, you can write in your own words, but try to be keeping it close to module as close as possible. This is what you should do. Then next, coming towards the questions part, like how you should do the question. It's the same format: section, provision, and the conclusion. This is the best format you can follow. For given case, no separate para or heading is required. Just write here, comma, and the given sentence. That's it. Nothing else. You should study all the chapters, I would say, but try to make it as per ABC analysis. Like for SEBI, I used to make a penalty table. SEBI LOD, I try to understand what the committee, right? All the relevant points of the committee. Then coming toward director, study the section and just write the answer. Just study the section and understand the answer of the suggestion. Try to write it also once. Like have a written practice. What are the points covered? How it is done. Then coming to economic law. So I used to study in group for economic law. Like IBC and SURFACE are very similar. Like how to realize the money. So studying them together. Then PML and FCRA, because PML talks about all the acts which are not in order of law, and the FCRA which talks about how the foreign contribution there, what are the people prohibited. So this is what to study. Then for economic law, try to understand the definitions, because for question number 6D, question number 6D has 4 sub questions in it, which will ask all the questions, like all definitions or some short notes. So all chapters will be tried to cover there. The institute tries to cover all the chapters in question number 6D. So try to understand the definitions. IBC question definitely come in question number 4 or question number 6. IBC has a past trend in it. Same goes for SURFACE. So try to study all those relevant chapters and try to remember them. Then coming to the MCQ part, for the MCQ part you won't have any reading time. So for MCQ, just do MCQ after your paper is done 50%. Like I used to do MCQs around 3:30, like at least attempting half of my paper, and try to do it in within 20-25 minutes. Do not invest too much of your time in MCQ doing it first, because if you do it first, studies have shown that you take more time to do MCQ. You will feel, it's my first 30 marks, I must get all 30 marks. No, it's not possible. I'll tell you the truth. When I used to write a paper, I had one mindset to score 40 marks in the descriptive portion and at least 20 marks in the MCQ part. That makes it 60. Or can give it 37-23, as the case may be. Just try to score at least 8 marks on all question in descriptive. Like you have only 5 questions to attempt out of 6. Just try to get 8 marks. That's it. 8 marks in each question. That makes 8 5 is 40. And then 20 marks or 23 marks in the MCQ part. This is how you score exemption in law. Trust me, this is how you'll do it. Also, I will be sharing my paper where I have scored 72 marks in law, my practice paper. I'll be sharing it with you. So how you will get a gist how to write the answer. So I have been asked the director's question in question number 1, a compulsory part. This is how I was able to understand. Write an exam. for exam writing, you must decide which question you'll do first, and it should be your best question so that you get confidence out of it. And for law paper, yeah, law paper, like, it's a very lengthy paper, so it might be chances that your paper goes unattempted. Like in my paper for July 21 attempt, my 10 marks paper got unattended. However, it was a question number 1 compulsory question. In that, it was a question which had a very tricky point in it. It was question 1B. So leaving that question also was not a risky for me, because I had done all the economic law part and other questions very well and thoroughly. That's how I scored 60. So I scored 60 out of 90. Just lost 30 marks, and this is how my average had worked out very well for me. And the same you have to do it. Try to attempt whole paper, but however paper is, you know that the paper will not get completed. So hence you should do those questions first which you are completely honest and you know that I will be able to attend the question very well. I have studied it and I am confident about it. Try to solve those questions first only. Next, coming to the main part, which is the understanding of the question, because there are some tricky points coming in exams and the new points are asked. So in my attempt, 1 to 2 marks question were asked where what is a subsidiary of a listed entity, what were the provisions. People got stuck and people started thinking. Please see the marks. If the marks is just for 1 or 2 marks, do not invest too much of your time in thinking and writing those answers, because the time dedicated and the marks weightage is this very disproportionate, and it's unjustified for you to at least devote so much of time in it. So just write this answer which you feel like and go ahead. This is how you complete the law paper, else your law paper will not get completed, because law paper is very vast and lengthy. Trust me on this. Also you have to write in a particular format such as section, provision and conclusion to make your answer presentable. Hence, I advise you not to invest too much of your time thinking of a specific question. If you don't know a question, just leave it, come back for it later. This is how you will solve your law paper. Coming to the MCQs, MCQ level will be very different from the descriptive. It can be easy, it can be hard, or it can be average paper. For the MCQ part, just understand that you must know all the provisions or the calculation, like winding up calculation is asked between the secured creditor and the workman, or in any some provision like foreign company can be asked, penalty can be asked for the foreign company, penalty can be asked for SEBI. Just try to understand and analyze those provisions before you go to the exam. Coming towards directors, directors will come in MCQ also and the descriptive part also, but try to do it later at night, because you must study all the important chapters before, because the paper is comprehensive, not focused on one chapter only. It instead tries to cover all the chapters. Hence you must be thorough with all the chapters. No matter what ABC analysis you are referring to, you must do at least some parts of C category, because doing C category is also important, because it may fetch you some marks in MCQ and try to make your average very well. So this is all for law, and I know you will be clearing this exam, law exam, with exemption, and best of luck for it. Study hard. You just have 1 month in hand approximately. That is why I am making this video. And do challenge yourself to study in just a single day, because studying for 4 days and studying for 1 day is a great difference in it. When you study for 1 day or 1.5 days, you will understand what things you remember or what pressure is there. Hence, take mock revisions like this. Challenge yourself now. Now is the best time. You have only 1 month in hand. Either it's both group or single group. Try to do it. Also, I will be bringing out more videos related to FR, SFM, audit and direct taxation, even costing. And I'll be guiding you all the steps how you can be at an edge above others. What are the tips and tricks you must use. So this is how you'll do it, and try to memorize the provisions, how you can write in your own words. Just understand, you must make it as close to the module as possible. So thank you for staying with long within this video, and thank you very much, and stay connected and stay safe. Thank you.